I actually didn't know about the actual universe's estimated size. It's probably even larger now, given this was 8 years ago, and the speed of acceleration just gets even faster and faster. Wow. Nothing matters, chat. Nothing matters, so you should subscribe and leave a like. Ow! I punched my table too hard. Yahoo everyone! Welcome back to the Serenrenity YouTube channel. Today, we're gonna sprinkle in a little bit of space videos because I haven't done a space react in a while. Today, we're gonna be watching how the universe is way bigger than you think. Because what more do you need in the middle of your weekday than an existential crisis? Yeah! So, with that being said, as always, if you like this kind of content, be sure to subscribe, leave a comment down below for any more video suggestions, especially if they're space related. I feel like not a lot of VTubers react to space, but I'm an alien, so this is like what I gotta do, you know? And join the Discord server to get notified whenever I go live or post a new YouTube video. With that being said, let's go! Alright.
This is Earth. You live here on this planet somewhere, and everything that you've ever known is located.
Whoa, chat, look! Group selfie, group picture, everyone smile, say cheese! Say, Serenrenity best VTuber! Because you believe that, right? Anyways.
Here. But just how small exactly is Earth when compared to the scale of the entire universe? Let's start by zooming out to where we can see our nearest cosmic neighbor, the moon.
The moon!
You may think that the moon is very close to Earth since it dominates our night
It's not.
But
Isn't it? Okay, I'm gonna call out the fun fact before he says it. Isn't the fun fact that you can squeeze every single planet from our solar system in between the distance from the Earth to the moon? Isn't that how far away the moon actually is? You can fit Jupiter and Saturn and all the big gassy giant balls in between Earth and the moon. Watch this.
In reality, the moon isn't this close to our planet.
Watch,
it's
watch.
This far away. 384,400 kilometers away from
Come
you
on, just say
right
it.
now, on
Just say
average.
it.
You could fit 30 entire Earths in between this distance.
Bruh, that's what you
Somehow
use?
Were able to drive a car at a constant 100 kilometers per hour speed, it would take you about 160 days to drive the entire
God
distance.
damn.
Despite this
Wait, was I wrong then? Was I confidently wrong? Just kidding, I looked it up, I was right.
incredible distance, however,
I was ahead of his
12
time.
humans have actually set foot here,
No, I'm
representing
kidding.
the furthest away that any individual human has ever been away from the Earth, and one of humanity's greatest achievements. This is what the Earth would look like from there if you were standing there with them, and if you wanted to communicate with somebody back at home, it would take a message about 2.5 seconds to travel between you and them, since that's how fast the speed of light can travel at. This is a photo that was taken on
Yo, you think Starlink can speed that up?
Mars, and that tiny dot that you see there is
Oh
Earth.
yeah, dude, Mars! Seeing Earth from Mars is also really humbling, and I love the sunset or sunrise. I forgot what it was, but one of the sun thingy-majingies on Mars, the sky gets a little bit blue. It's so pretty.
As seen from the Martian surface. On average, Mars is an incredible 225 million kilometers away from Earth.
Dude,
but that
Mars is
distance can
so
be as high as
far.
401 million kilometers.
Yeah.
That means that whenever humanity finally gets around to landing a human on
6
the planet,
months?
that person will be 986 times further away from Earth than the astronauts who landed on the moon were.
God
In addition,
damn.
the time delay for sending a message from Mars back to Earth isn't just 2.5 seconds.
A day.
It's
3
actually
days.
more like 20 minutes.
Oh, that's
each
not that bad.
direction, which would render instant communication in the event of an emergency impossible.
That
When
is
we zoom out
true.
even further away, we can find the
Dude,
Voyager
that's so
1 space
scary.
probe,
Oh
which
my
is the
god. Whoever volunteers to be the first humans on Mars, you got balls of steel. Holy shit. I mean, like, I trust our scientists and our engineers and our researchers because they know that lives are on the line whenever they plan for these future missions, but like, if just the smallest thing goes wrong, you're screwed. Or you just have to be extremely self-sufficient and be able to solve the problem by yourself over there because of the 20-minute delay, and that's really scary. I wonder if I was an astronaut manager, I would put them through simulations. I hate those two words. I would put them through simulations where something goes bad and they can only rely on themselves to solve it. I mean, that's kind of what we do with pilots, right? I feel like that's a given to do. So they should be sufficiently trained if anything goes wrong, but
furthest away man-made object from Earth. It is
scary.
currently located 138 AUs from the Earth. AU meaning astronomical unit, which is the distance between the Earth and the Sun, which means that Voyager 1 is 138 times further away from us than the Sun is. At some point
Even
on its
further
long
now.
voyage, Voyager 1
I think this
turned its
video was
camera
posted like 8 years ago.
around and took this photograph.
The
It
pale
may
blue
not look like
dot!
much at first.
Oh, sorry, my big twin tails, as always. Here you guys go. I can eat it. I'm gonna eat the earth.
But in my opinion, this is the greatest single photograph
What if I'm just a
ever
gigantic
taken in
alien
all of
VTuber? I just
human
eat the
history.
earth. I eat all of you.
This tiny pale blue dot is Earth, and I don't think that anybody has ever said something as amazing about this as Carl Sagan when he said,
Yeah,
"If you look
I
at it,
I
you
love
see
this
a dot.
quote.
That's here. That's home. That's us. On it,
That's
everyone
us.
you ever heard of, every human being who ever lived out their lives. The aggregate of all our joys and sufferings. Thousands of confident religions, ideologies, and economic doctrines. Every hunter and every forager. Every hero and coward.
I'm feeling
every
inspirational.
creator and destroyer of civilizations. Every king and every peasant. Every young couple in love. Every hopeful child. Every mother and every father. Every inventor and explorer. Every teacher of morals. Every corrupt politician. Every superstar, every supreme leader, every saint and sinner in the history of our species lived there, on a mote of dust.
I think we listened to this in my last space video too,
Voyager
but
1
I
is
don't
currently
feel right
traveling at
interrupting
17
it. I'm
kilometers
sorry.
every single second, but even at that speed,
I just
it
let
won't
the
break out of the
YouTuber
reach of
read
our
it out
solar
loud.
system for another
It's a good quote.
30,000 years. Once we
Yeah,
go beyond the solar
dude!
system,
Our
we
orc
arrive
crowd
at
is
our interstellar
big!
neighborhood. Here we shift to the light year unit of
What is in our interstellar neighborhood? Alpha Centauri? Direction of sun's motion goes this way? Oh, that's pretty cool. I've never actually seen a map like this before of where everything is moving. So everything else is heading or west, but we're going northeast? Okay. Special much?
which is the
Something's
distance that light
he's
travels in a
special or
full
whatever.
Earth year, or about 9.461 trillion kilometers. The star Proxima Centauri here is the closest other star to us other than our sun, but it's still 4.24
Isn't
light
that fucking insane? It looks so close to us, but it's 4 light years away. 4 light years. If you could travel the speed of light, it would still take you 4 years to get there. It looks so close. Can we invent wormholes already, please?
years away from us. To put that into
Or
perspective,
discover them.
if it was heading in the right direction, it would still take Voyager 1 over 70,000 years to reach it. In other words, if
Yeah.
you drove your car at 100 kilometers an hour like in our previous example to the moon, it
Oh,
would take over
brother.
6 times longer than the entire age of the universe is.
Holy shit, I didn't know it's... Oh my god! 100 miles per hour is nothing! Officers, don't arrest me. I'm not talking about speeding on the highway.
Just to
I'm talking about
finally
speeding
get
in
there,
space.
and it wouldn't even exist still when you arrived. When we zoom out even further, we can see the entire Milky Way galaxy, inside of which Earth is located
Dude, I would love if we could send an instrument out and just take a snapshot of the Milky Way. That would be fucking awesome, but that would take a gajillion years.
right here. This yellow dot is the furthest extent of humanity's radio broadcasts throughout history, which means that any possible aliens who live outside of this range are totally unaware of humanity's
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
presence. It's complete silence outside of this yellow dot as far as we are currently aware, but the
We can't send out stronger signals? I mean, a lot happens in 8 years, and this video is a little bit old. I mean, we have a brand new space telescope, for example, the James Webb one, but like, we can't send out a stronger
entire
signal?
galaxy spans over 100,000 light years from end to end. There are over 100 billion stars and over 100 billion planets in our galaxy.
Excuse me.
But you have never seen the full glory of the galaxy at night, because 99% of the stars that you can see with the naked eye are limited to this small, tiny region right here.
What? I thought I was seeing like all the stars. I thought I was seeing, so like I think, correct me if I'm wrong, when you look up at the night sky, what the direction you're looking at is this way. I think. Like you can't see anything out here. You usually look into the core of the Milky Way, I think. But like, I thought I was also seeing all the stars out here. What the fuck?
But even this massive galaxy is nothing
life is a
compared to the rest
lie.
of what's out there. Zooming out even further, and we arrive at the local group of galaxies, a collection.
Life is a computer simulation. Nothing matters. Nothing is real, bro. It's so funny how I've been studying space since I was like 10, and every single time I watch a video about its size, I just get reminded of how freaking small I am.
54 different galaxies that is about 10
It's
million
crazy.
light years across. But zooming out even further, and we can see the Virgo supercluster.
Oh
of
my
which the
god,
local
it gets
group here is
bigger!
just a tiny segment of. There are at least
Dude.
100 other groups of galaxies just like our own local group inside of here, and the distance from one side to the other is a mind-numbing 110 million light years.
God.
But
And each dot is a galaxy? Can you imagine you can travel at the speed of light, but like the gap from one galaxy to another in one of these voids, like here to here, is like millions of light years? Isn't that fucking insane? Even if you could travel at the speed of light, you have to travel a couple millions of light years to go from one galaxy to another. We need wormholes!
even the massive Virgo
God.
supercluster is nothing but a quiet and
Ah, it
tiny
gets
lobe of the
bigger,
Great
it gets
Laniakea supercluster.
Oh yeah, look. The booties void. The booties void. Dude, that's a big void. That's a big void. It's probably 100 million light years alone, if not more. I don't know. That's insane.
A structure that is home to our galaxy as well as 100,000 other galaxies. The distance from one side to the other is 520 million light years, but from even there we can zoom out all the way to the entire observable universe and see that even the titanic Laniakea supercluster is just a tiny and insignificant part of everything. This is the observable universe, and it
I'm
contains
so
everything that we know
small.
of. It is home to at least 2 trillion different
Holy
and
shit.
individual galaxies, which
I don't care what anyone says, aliens are real.
together contain more
I don't
stars than
care.
there are grains of sand on the entire Earth. The distance from Earth to any side of the observable universe is 46.5 billion light years, which means that the entire
God.
width is 93 billion light
And this is just the observable universe. It's not even the actual
years
universe.
across. What's perhaps even
Oh.
more interesting, however, is what actually lies beyond the observable universe. Keep in mind that the observable universe is all that we can currently see, and it's entirely possible that the rest of the universe outside of it is vastly larger and more fantastic than we can possibly.
I know some people get confused by this concept. I don't know if anyone watching gets confused, but it's basically essentially like, I need my nerd toggle for this, bro. The universe is expanding faster than the speed of light, okay? It has been expanding faster than the speed of light since, well, I don't know since when, but it accelerates more and more by the second, okay? And so there are areas of the universe that exist as we speak, but we cannot see here on Earth because the universe hasn't existed long enough for that light to reach us. So like what, the universe is like 13.8 billion years old, right? But since it's expanding faster than the speed of light, there are things that exist out there 13.8 billion light years away and beyond that we cannot see because the universe hasn't existed long enough for that light to reach us. And then the other crazy thing is that as time goes on, our observable universe will get even smaller and smaller and smaller because since the universe keeps expanding, everything keeps going away from each other too. So our scope of what we can see will get even smaller. So we will never find out a lot of answers to a lot of our questions. Isn't that awesome? Thanks,
imagine.
universe.
We simply don't know what else is out there because the light from these incredibly distant
Oh, he
places
explains
has
it.
not
Why did I
yet
even
had enough
explain it?
time in the universe's history to reach us yet back on Earth, and the light from some places may never reach us at all. Because some parts of space very far away from Earth are expanding away from us faster than the speed of
That's
light,
what I just
that means
said!
that the light from these places will never, in an infinite amount of time, reach Earth. Meaning that even if humanity is eternal and exists forever, there will still be an unknown number of places.
Unless you discover wormholes. Boom, easy. You discover wormholes, you become OP, you become Goku, okay? You go through the wormhole, you survive, boom. You bring a big odd telescope from there and you get a brand new like horizon to look at of celestial stuff. So like, can we do that already?
In the universe that we will never know about or ever see. So, it is very likely that as unbelievably enormous as it seems, the observable universe is just a tiny slice of what we can currently see of the entire universe.
It 100%
According to the theory of
is.
cosmic inflation that was proposed by Dr. Alan Guth, if it is assumed that cosmic inflation began at 10 to the negative 37th of a second after the Big Bang, and with the assumption that the
Holy
size of the
shit, that's
universe
a lot of
before
zeros.
inflation began was equal to its age times the speed of light, then this would seem to suggest that at the present day, the entire universe is 150 sextillion times larger than the observable universe. That number for
Aliens are real. Aliens are out there. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
reference looks like this, with this many zeros. Let this number sink in for just a moment. This would be similar to you thinking that the entire observable universe, everything that you could see, was the size of a light bulb, but then realizing that in reality the entire universe is larger than the former planet of Pluto. Imagine a light bulb in the center of Pluto, but we inside the light bulb were totally unaware that Pluto existed outside of it, and that's a similar situation to this. We are all so unbelievably small, but you shouldn't worry, because all that means is that there is so much left out there for us to discover together.
Oh my god! I actually didn't know about the actual universe's estimated size. And it's probably even larger now, given this was 8 years ago, and the speed of acceleration just gets even faster and faster. Wow! Nothing matters, chat. Nothing matters, so you should subscribe and leave a like. Ow! I punched my table too hard. I heard it. You should subscribe and leave a like and like put artwork of me plastered all over your car and like drive around because like we have free will and nothing matters. Yeah. I'm glad we're on the same wavelength. Thank you. Well, anyways, I hope that you guys enjoyed that video. Even I learned a couple things from that one, and I'm going to continue my Thursday with an existential crisis, so I hope that you can join me too. With that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. I love you all, and I'll see you all in the next one, okay? Johnny!